Good morning everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to show you another project today, and we are turning this out porch into another prepping room, and it is going to be the old-fashioned like country store type look to it. The Little House on the Prairie. So it's like Little House on the Prairie in the modern world. So let's get started and working in today's project. So here's my approach at long-term food storage. I have a pantry that's inside our home. Now that is where I store all of my home canned goods. I also store some dried ingredients like flour, sugar, and oatmeal. Then I also have my kitchen where I have a few small cupboards that I have food in there, and that is just for on my weekly basis. My kitchen is very small. Then here we have an out porch, and this is what I call my larder. And a larder is all kinds of different foods. So I will have onions, potatoes, and all kinds of herbs and spices out here. And that's what distinguishes it between a pantry and a larder. A larder, it does not freeze in the wintertime, but it's very cold in here. There is no heat, but it does not freeze, which I'm very thankful for. At least it hasn't in years past. So this year I will have to see beans that we don't have a furnace inside anymore. So, and with heating with wood, I'm going to open the door so it will keep it from freezing. But this is my larder, and my larder is all kinds of herbs and spices and wonderful scents. And it reminds you a little bit of like a pioneer's home, like Little House on the Prairie. About prepping like Little House on the Prairie. And what does that mean? Well, gathering wildflowers, foraging for food, and doing all kinds of fun projects that look really old-fashioned. I have everything back to normal now here on the homestead, and now we are going to go ahead and we're going to create the inside of our home the way the outside of it looks. So today we're going to go deep into a Little House on the Prairie and turn a little out porch into something that is just so beautiful. Harvesting your flowers, make it as full as you possibly can because they will shrink to half. So I want to make it really full. That way when it shrinks, it still looks really nice and full. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest the rest of this. And now we have some tansy. So this is tansy. Now remember, all these flowers also have a medical and medicine benefit. Most everything you see growing in my garden was produced by seed, and it comes up year after year after year, so you don't have to invest any new money into this kind of garden. Every year I do purchase a few seeds from Tasha Tudors, and that is her website, and that just gives me so much fun trying all new kinds of seeds that were in her garden. But once I plant them and they grow, then I don't have to buy them ever again. All right, so we have all of our herbs and flowers gathered. Now let's go ahead and create a beautiful space. One thing I love to do is move things around. So instead of going out and buying new things, I take everything that I own, and when I decorate or when I clean my house, I would change things up. Years past, I used to even change the furniture. I used to move the furniture around. I don't do that so much these days, but I try to think, what can I use to create a new space to make it look different? That's one way to create a different look in your house every season or every couple months or maybe even once a year. Well, I remember the old captain's chair that I got free along the road. That might have been 2 years ago. And I thought that would make the perfect accent piece into my winter larder, something I never had in there before. Let's clean up this old captain's chair and add it to the room. I absolutely love how everything turned out. I find some beautiful quilt that was given to me by one of you, and the apron just sets everything off really nicely. And now we have the old captain's chair. And just decorating that a little bit. This room has a function, so I use this room every single day. I go in here and get food out for making meals. And also, I can film in here. Now, when I pull the curtains closed, it gets very dark. But that's okay, because it just adds to the whole look of everything. And the herbs will dry so beautifully. Just a few added touches. Now you can see why I love going to the thrift store, because all of these baskets were pennies on the dollar, and it made such a beautiful room complete.